What's up, guys? We are here and we are live. Let's go! Mental Athlete. Another one. Alright, guys, this is the next round. For the next match. Last one of the day here. Last match of the day. This is the Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship. In this one, we have Grandmaster Caden Trough versus Ariane Gutla. In fact, on the matchup, it's actually Ariane Gutla versus Grandmaster Caden Trough. I think Ariane is still in FM, maybe closer to I am now. I think he got a norm, maybe 2. Very strong as well. Oh, sorry, I had to read something. Okay. Yeah, guys, so with that being said, yeah, how's everybody doing today, by the way? How is everyone doing? I hope you're feeling better. Let's bring it all together in, guys. Bring it in. All love over here, all love over there. Tell someone you love them today. As Chess World was shocked and rocked a little bit, but guys, we never stay down, not for long, and trouble doesn't last always. So here we are. Here we are, guys. This is the Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship. Again, we got Ariane Gutla, FIDE Master. I think he's still FM, right? Yeah, sir. Okay, cool. I see it on the chess.com. Versus Grandmaster Caden Trough of the ChessSharkz. All right, this is going to be a 4-game match. In the 4-game match, first to 2.5 will win the entire match to be able to move on to the quarterfinals. Both players were supplied with product. In fact, Ariane said he didn't get his yet, and Caden said he just tried it right before his round. So let's see how that kicks in. Usually, peak performance comes in the first hour or so. You know, sometimes quicker, but definitely around an hour-ish is where it really peaks. After 2 games, we are going to have Alexis come on. We're going to have, our name is, get her last name, Alexis Collins. So Alexis Collins, who is an expert on Sage Extra, our hero ingredient, is going to come on. She's going to talk to us a little bit about the product. Speaking of the product, again, this is the Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship. Mental Athlete is the product, and the product right now, through the entirety of the tournament, is a staggering 100% crazy price that you wouldn't get anywhere else. As you see right there in chat from Just Have Fun. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. We have a one-time launch going on. It's 66% off. It's incredible. It's literally $25. If you use the code, $25. Now, if you go check the price right now, it's like $60. You know, $70 with tax and shipping and stuff. But you know, with this $25 coupon, you literally get it for $25. So definitely take advantage of that. I would buy 4 bottles if I were you to take advantage of that deal, and start using the product and let me know how it's working for you. I use it every 6 hours, in fact. So it is that time, isn't it? Wow, optimal timing. This is like perfect product placement. Yeah, it's time for me to take, this is my 6th one right here, or 6 hour. Whoa, instantly works. Whoa, I'm 3,900 rated. Oh, I feel like I'm 3,900 already. How does Mental Athlete compare to yeah, great question there, Han Yellow. I don't know what that is. I am not a scientist, but I do know what's on the back of my bottle. It tells me we have phosphodiesterine, L-theanine, Sage Extra, Go-To Cola Herb Power, and cognizant citicoline that we talked about a lot too as well. And of course, you can check the science here too on the page here. When you click on, obviously the website, it takes you to my page there. But then also you can look at the mental. You can look at the science. Zine Rocks, yo, what's up, dog? You holding it down at TwitchCon, bro? Is it already over? I know. I know you was holding it down, dog. Shout out to you, man. I had to do this event, had the baby, some other stuff. I got stomped by. He told you he was 1,300. It was. I know it was, bro. I know. I can't wait. I have to go for real. Ooh, DCC tomorrow too. Ooh, it'll be lit. Hey, send me the pictures too, dog. He said he was 1,300. That's funny. L-theanine definitely works. Been taking it in pre-workout for years. There you go, huh, Yellow? There you go. What you gonna do? Well, I just had the baby ChessSharkz. And yeah, we couldn't leave because of that. We would have been having a baby in Mexico. So I'm a girl dad now, guys. Proud girl dad, and I have sons as well. Exactly, we would have been having it, so we had to stay home. Rest in peace to Ardanya. Yeah, correct. Rest in peace. Hugs, everybody. Bring it in. The love. Oh man, this tablet is amazing. I just took my second dose. We take 2 a day, guys. You know what I mean? Here it is. Mental Athlete is going crazy right now. I'm not going to lie. And they're giving you guys a ridiculous deal. What's up, Chess Lover? We just talking about the athlete, Mental Athlete right now. ChessSharkz, Chess Lover. Get in there. Get it for $25 because I don't know how long that's going to last. It's like $70 without. But you can now get it for $25. Yeah. Don't play around with that one. And try it out. Let me know how it is. You also got my, y'all ChessSharkz and Chess Lover. Y'all can message me and let me know, how y'all liking it for real. JC looking sharp. I'm feeling sharp, bro. Feeling. Who gets invited to this tournament? Great question. There's a few from just personal invite, just kind of, in your circle and network kind of thing. That's what it's about. So yeah, we just looked around. There's veterans and sort of like younger players too as well. So older and younger, just mix it up a little bit. My favorite chess win was a friend who was 2400 was streaming. I was 700. Beat him. Some random guy kind of chat said, "Why did you lose to like 700?" Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I would love to play. Yeah, it's maybe we'll have you on radar for the next one and stuff like that. But it was really just just who was available basically. But also that was a titled player, and everyone in this event is a titled player, national master and stuff. What's the H pawn for? That's a great question. H3 here. Actually, it stops some stuff from like knight G4. Daniel would love to know that people gathered over chess in his memory. Oh, 100%. Absolutely. We got to keep it going, keep it moving, and keep it positive, as he would want that. Daniel would want us to love each other and speak positively of each other and bring great vibes. That's what exactly that he would want. Wow, it's been so long. Canty himself, how would it been? What's going on, bro? What's good? I'm not titled by higher rate. Yeah, no, I mean, of course, higher rate is cool, but they would literally would want it to be titled. Would be titled. Are you higher rated chess.com or are you higher rated FIDE? If you're at FIDE, then you probably should get that title. It will get you more invites. I remember when you were at the hotel. When was that? Oh, what hotel? That's crazy. Dang, it's been a minute. It has been a minute, boys and girls. This is the last round of the day. And in this situation, in fact, or in this game, let's actually go back to the beginning. Show you guys what happened. Knight f3, knight f6. So it's sort of just a symmetrical game. Castle, symmetry all together. d3, c5, breaking the symmetry a little bit. e4, d6, knight d2, develop pieces. Knight went to c4. He went a4, a5 type ideas. a6, rook e1, moving the knight around, getting the knight into d5. Moving the knights, it's sort of a very strong maneuvering game. Knight goes to d5, take. And there we go. Takes. Queen c2, h3, and just a waiting move. Takes, rook a8, rook c1. And here's the position. A few more moves happen. Knight d7, and there we are. My chess.com rapid rating is 60 points higher. Yeah, that's the thing. Chess.com is that's not what they're going by. They're going by your title. Your title. That's what they want. They want a title players in the tournament rather than higher chess.com ratings and etc. But you get a title, you are definitely likely to be approached at some point. I heard a move. I don't know where it happened. Oh, knight b8. What a move. Maybe this route. He wants to go like this. Big Boss, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Think I can get a wild card? I'm gonna play the pro. No, yeah, because there's a lot of players that I know like that too, as well, with wild cards that are like 2400, 2500, rapid on chess.com. Which you see Caden's 2599 rapid, but he's also 2500 over the board. Which is different. And there's untitled players that are like 2500 rapid, but not 2500 over the board. d4, take. d4, it actually would be a problem here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? High yellow. Pretty big gap. Yeah, which is why they just want to keep it at, I mean, even today, in the last matchup, so who was, it was 2385. Alice Lee, who was 2900 bullet, was 2360 or something. She was lower rated than Michael Rode, who lost the match earlier. If you watched that match, cool. If you didn't, you can go check it on my YouTube. It's also posted. I post all the matches here on Twitch too as well. We actually publish these videos because we don't have any music in them, so you guys can watch these videos too as well. So we got a lot of streaming, man. I'm happy to be back streaming. We're doing a lot of streaming right now, especially in the next week and stuff like that. So it's important. It's very cool, guys, to be back with you here at the Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship, the Invitational. It's amazing. And of course, again, boom, all about the product here. After the second game, the players will stop and we'll talk with the scientist together. We're going to ask her some questions. She's actually not a scientist. Maybe she is a scientist. I know she's an expert, though, on Sage Extra. So we're going to be in there having and talking to her about the product and stuff. Any advice on hitting 2,000? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Number one, get the product, bro. Number one, get the product so you can focus. That's what we want. We want you to focus. Number one, focus. Number two is you got to study, bro. You got to study. A lot of study, a lot of grind. You got to study. In order, I would recommend lots of puzzles, tactics, tactical patterns. And number two, maybe some in-game. And then number three would be openings. It'd be openings. So, guys, remember, this is a 10-0 game. There is no increment. We've seen this time and time again. In fact, in the last matchup today, Michael Rowe got into some time trouble. It cost him one of the games here. He was just moving slow in the equal position and ended up losing a game. Quite annoying to be in that situation, but it can and it will happen if you're not moving fast enough. So this is important, and I say this because ChessSharkz, Caden, is up a little bit of time. That's going to benefit him later on. Orion, on the other hand, is going to have to move a little bit faster here, but nothing too serious. I mean, it's around a minute here, now approaching a minute, so I think he's doing great on time. But he's trying to figure out what to do. Ariane, I do know, is a thinker, which is great. He likes to think. He does like to use his time and use all of his resources here, so see what he does. Knight c3 is attacking the b5 pawn right now. Knight a4 is kind of a counter-attacking way. Takes, and then maybe rook b1. Yeah, knight a4, there it is. So maybe he doesn't take, though. Maybe he goes queen b3, now allowing that a little bit of exactly queen b1, because this pawn would have been annoying and just an easy target to push. Very positional play. Ooh, that's a good move. Well, maybe you could trade everything out now. You might have to. There's a lot of pressure going on this side of the board. A lot of pressure on this side of the board because, you know, moving a knight, I guess you could go 92, but that's kind of strange. You have to go knight takes after rook takes, because the queen is kind of overloaded here. Knight takes, but then it gives this a pawn a clear route. He went knight a2, yeah, kind of same idea in a way, but he's going to queen takes c1, and then knight takes b4 to try to take over that c6 square there. This bishop is absolutely terrible, but its counterpart, the other one, which is the dark square bishop here, is blocked too as well. So not really easy to find the best moves here, or to find easy moves. Bishop f1. Okay, what happened last moves? Queen b6, queen b2, knight a4, queen a3. Time is just under 2 minutes for both. Well, I mean, Ariane is actually almost under 2 minutes. So, Toy Attacker, what's good? We got Ariane Gutla versus Caden Traub in the next match of the Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship. Very equal position, I should say, though. Hold on, guys. I'll get back to the game in a second. Okay, got it. Let me check something. I think we are good now. All right, back chat. Okay, last few moves. Whoa, looks like Ariane is trying to make some progress here, but low on time. Bishop e3 happened, queen b4, bishop f6, just making some moves. Got a nice trade. b4. This pawn is a passed pawn and it must be pushed, as my system, Aaron Nimzovich, talks about. b3, pushing that passed pawn. Push him. Bishop e2, trying to get the bishop active, queen to b4. And I think he had to take this because knight a4 was going to get scary. So takes, he takes back with the pawn, but it can't be moved. So he plays king g2, h5 here. Yeah, just sort of shuffling. Wait, is bishop d1? There's going to be c4? No, we just take. Hayden in the think tank. What's up, John Spaghetti? Johnny, what's going on, Johnny? Hope you're good, man. Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well. Now he has the pass pawn as his tables have turned slightly, but it might be just looking for a flag here. Queen c7 seems like a logical move. He plays queen b1 just to move, stopping e4 from happening. f5 is coming up next. This looks like what he wants, I mean. Sad but well. Yeah, definitely understand that one. Definitely understand that one, buddy. Good to have you. I'm glad you're here. Oh, yep. And there's a pawn. And there's a pawn. Looking for a waiting move, but does he have a waiting move? That's a good move. He's able to get a pawn back. He might be able to go check and bishop takes. Try to play for a win. Plays king f3. He's going for it. I thought he would go for this. He's going for the flag, boys. This is a pure flag play. Ariane finds a good move. Pure flag play. Maybe he could take and play h4. Ooh, with 15 seconds here. Ooh, this is a tough one. Trying to figure out what does he want to do. He goes with the check. Yeah, it's probably a draw. King f4. Wait, the pawns. No, yeah, this is a draw. Good job. Played very well. Played very well to end up in a draw with 6 seconds to go. Wow. Here we go. Second game. We got a Grunfeld here, which is ChessSharkz loves to play this cadence. That is, loves to play a good Grunfeld. This Canty variation? Oh, it's very fun. Oh, it's very, very fun. I'm actually curious about this this variation too as well. Yeah, takes. Okay, one bishop g7, knight d7, knight b6. Black very active. e4 kind of annoying, but it will tear down the center a little bit if e4 is played. Plays castles. I can definitely see this type of play at some point. He plays bishop g4 though, very active. One thing about the Grunfeld, it's a very active opening. Bishop g4, trying to hit f3. Play around with the center a little bit too as well. Maybe a queen h5 idea and rook d8. Bishop a3, hitting a pawn. Maybe c4. Maybe taking. But it is attacked. He takes, which is a very logical move. Takes back. This pawn is hanging. So he goes rook e8. Bishop e2, stopping. Bishop takes f3 from happening. Okay, play ready. London transpose, something like it. Made it up yourself? Okay. Okay, cool. Queen b4, queen b3. I like queen h5 actually with an e5 idea. Queen h5 is definitely a very tempting move to play. There it is. Mr. Reaper, what's up, dude? What's going on? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling better. Hope everyone's feeling better here. Welcome here to the Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship, the Invitational. Welcome, and I hope you're doing well. This is the second game of a 4-game match. First 2.5 wins said match. Yeah, e5 I thought was a really strong move as well. I don't know if pawn takes, do we take back though? Because he technically could steal capture. This is gonna get wild. Maybe he does takes and takes. Yeah, this is best, right? Technically. Yeah, it would be on Wikipedia there. Han Yellow, the inventor of the potato. Yeah. Parsi Core, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, he did take it. I thought that was best. So now the question is, how do we respond? White making good moves. Pieces are developed. Center is broken down. Also up a pawn too as well. Usual Grunfeld activity. This is what. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. One of the things I hate about the Grunfeld is positions where you're just down a pawn, and you're like, yeah, but I have compensation. I'm like, yeah, right. Yeah, you know, here technically we're temporarily down a pawn. temporarily because we got to get this back. But the question is, how do we take this? If bishop takes, there's knight takes e5, which is hitting this too. So we have to go like a rook e5, but maybe allowing this, like, it's kind of weird. It's just slightly weird. You could also take this too, and then come around this way, but this one's hanging. It's a little annoying. So Patrick Gamer says, I remember my question from earlier. How does this product affect you in the gym? We heard about cognitive benefits, but how about gym performances? That's a great question. Yeah, for me, bro, I have just an insane amount of focus. And that's what it gives you. This gives me my product here, or the product, which is the Mental Athlete product. Of course, while I'm talking, you guys can be going and getting the free, good, basically, it's not free, but it's $25 because it was $70, but we're giving you guys a crazy deal right now. So, use $25. That literally spell it out at the checkout with the code if you got a promo code, and you do $25. Put that in there, and basically you'll get the product for 25 bucks there. But noticing on the back on here, the cognizant, I know the L-theanine, of course, as someone mentioned, they use at the gym too as well, pre-workout. Actually, you know, I'm an amino acid guy myself. I love amino acids, branched chain amino acids, BCAAs, as I used to take those a lot during my workouts. But I know about L-theanine, and getting it directly there is really nice. So definitely a fan of the L-theanine in it. I think that's amazing. And the Sage Extra, which we're going to talk about today with Alexis Collins, who's coming on right after the second game, is an expert in Sage Extra. So we get to talk about that too as well. But for me, I just have a focus. When you have focus, in fact, I remember listening to some very rich guys, right? Warren Buffett and who was the other one? Bill Gates. Yeah. But it was like, you know, they was talking about one word, basically. What's the, you know, be successful, and give me a best word type of thing. One word, and both of them use the same word, which is kind of crazy, which is focus. And having that focus is important. Having that focus, I think I have more of that now, since I've been a power user of the product. I have more, direct focus. I have more focused focus, right? That's crazy. You never heard that one before. But I have more like focused focus, and it feels very good. I noticed a difference in my productivity, for sure. Absolutely. So, power user of it. Before we even started promoting the product, I was already a power user of it. So, how many servings you do? Just one serving, which is one tablet, every 6 hours. You know, twice a day is what I usually do it. So that's how I usually do it. There. Okay. I've never played it. I've seen it though. It's like a ridiculous, opening. It was something crazy. Like, I'll play anything these days, especially in Bliss and Bullet. How many tabs in the jar? That's a good question. I actually never looked at that. It's 30. Okay, it's 30. I like never looked. I was like, oh, I have like 6 bottles right now. Never looked at how many tablets are in there, but it's 30 in the jar. Great question there, Toy Attacker. And again, right now they actually are going $25 for each bottle now, which is insane for a product like this. Should be a lot more. So Caden here, down a pawn. Trying to create some things now. Caden down a pawn though. The pawn is doubled, but he ended up not taking this pawn back because there's just some weird stuff going on. You know, you do have this type of cool idea, but it's not for real. A might be a little bit weak too as well, like a queen a3 or something, because queen has to move, right? Because, you know, it's queen's attack. He goes queen d1 though, bringing the queen back. Bishop now back to g4. Doing 1 per microdose. Lock in for focus hours. Come on now. Exactly, Toy Attacker. Exactly. Come on, dog. Be well, Canty. Love you, dude. Love you too, man. Be well. Be well. Have a great one. Chess lover, what's up, dog? Rook c5. Where? After where's Rook c5 at? Where was he looking at that? You talking about right here? Rook c5? Oh, Rook c5 with the ideas of like here. Oh, before Queen b3. Yeah. Rook c5. Knight d7 though, right? Like you got ideas with this. I guess you could go Rook d5 though. No, I mean maybe. I don't know. It's possible. Who knows what's going on there? Queen b4, bishop d5 now. Knight not in the ideal place. Yeah, d4, h4. Yeah, that's funny. What a rook lift. The Rook World Tour, right? The World Tour of the Rook. The Rook World Tour. Tickets sold separately. You built a whole gym? Nice. A home gym. Okay. Yeah, home gyms are lit. If I can't make it to the gym, I just use very lightweight, I ain't gonna lie. I use 20-pound dumbbells, pull-up bar that you put on the door that you can do push-ups with, and tricep dips as well. And then I'll have an ab wheel, and I'll be doing everything from squats to Bulgarian split squats to squat thrusts to lunges, standing or one leg lunges too as well. I'll do goblet squats. I'll do curls, lots of them, push-ups, shadow boxing. This one I can't make it to the gym, like for busy days and stuff like that. Power cage, dual cables, Smith machine, nice. 50 kg dumbbell set, few machines, leg extension, calf raise, preacher curl. Yeah, that's nice. That's you can get a lot done with that. Bustify, thanks for the follow. A lot done with that one. As we wait for this game, the time is getting lower for both of them. Arjan more than ChessSharkz here. But a lot of maneuvering, a lot of just moves of the pieces moving around, not really much going on. I was a Grunfeld fan for a little bit studying it. I just could never get with it all the way. Like, it's just not for me. Try it, and I'm like, this confirms it. Every time I see games like this, I'm like, this is not fun from black side. So I'm definitely a fan of King's Indian and other stuff like that. All right, Mr. Canty, flex it. What is your bench and squat numbers? Bench, I'm getting up to 350-ish, but right now because I'm cutting, more like 315, 320, stuff like that. Squat numbers, before I tweaked my knee, actually, sometimes even with a good form, there was a lot of weight on my knees, so I don't squat. I use a lot of hack squats and just a lot of squat form stuff, but that's like 4 plates, right? 4 plates. It's 4 or 5. I'm comfortable with that. I'm not trying to do nothing crazy, I don't need 5-6 plates up there. It's so nice to wait. I'm experimenting with splitting up my sets over a day, get max hypertrophy and max recovery. Yeah, that's incredible. That's good. Need that recovery. He got nobody above 1,400 playing tournaments. Indicating to come back to the Utah. He is Charlotte now, living his best life. Okay, what happened in the last few moves? We have some big developments. Knight d7, queen d2, which hits the bishop. He goes back. I thought he would go this way. But he didn't want knight d4, so it makes total sense. Knight d4 anyway. Bishop g4. Now we have a trade. Bishop hits the rook, just a little light, shuffle there. And then he goes f4, keeping the pawn he stole earlier. b6, now maybe something with knight c5, but he says maybe not yet, not without me capturing. So knight c5 anyway, he does capture, pawn takes, knight goes to f3, and here is the live position. This is sort of an annoying pawn structure to deal with. You can't really break it up. He's also down the pawn, but he's up time, which is an asset for him. This pawn is weak. I don't know, white could be a favorite slight, but maybe with some very, very serious accurate play. This knight doesn't have the greatest squares, because you would have to do something like this. It takes a while to do. This is all pinned up. All pinned up. Deadlift is your best. 180 kilograms times 10. I forgot what that is. That's like double. So like 3 something. Oh yeah, 396 pounds. There you go. Yeah, 396. That's fire. That's a lot of weight up there. Falibino, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We are here at the Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship. This is actually the last round of the day. Earlier we had Alice Lee playing against Grandmaster Michael Rode. She was able to punch her ticket to the quarterfinals. So as she's leading the women's U.S. Championship. BR Man, thanks for the follow. So idea maybe rook h4. No, he can't play that. So c4 is just a move which he plays. The rook h3 though. Oh yeah, here we go. That could be a scary move. I don't see any reaction from Caden. He might have to back this thing up like here. He goes bishop c5. He says, you know what? I'm just going to run for the heels. He said, instead of defending passively, let's defend actively. King f8, rook h8, king e7, and I'm out. I'm running for the heels here. And he goes king e7. But now, here comes the attack. Rook takes, because now if king takes, he has to take with the queen, because if rook takes, there was a queen takes here. And the king looks very scary here. Wait a second. Wasn't that a check? Oh, yeah. Okay, it was going to take back with the queen. And still allow this tricky play to happen here. So, bishop back to b6, maybe c3 coming. Actually, there's a threat of queen takes f4. He sees that and plays g3, stopping the queen takes f4 threat. 57 seconds here. Arjan is under the gun. He needs to move faster, but he definitely seems to have a slight advantage here. Up a pawn, king placement is better than Caden's here. So let's see what happens. He broke it back, so I'm not lifting much now, like 250 pounds. Bro, how did you do that? What happened? Hope you get better soon, dude. Ooh, that is a good move. Rook to c1, attacking the pawn. He probably needs to back it up. Maybe the bishop b6. He plays bishop a3. I like it. Bishop back to b4 in some cases. Caden trying to make things sharp, interesting. Queen back, attacking the a4 pawn. If queen b5, maybe he trades. He does. Maybe he goes queen b5 and bishop b2. See what he does. Rook b8, maybe try to take and push the a pawn. I see Barros is doing a COVID in Australia. Didn't know. And it went, wow. Man, 5th set, 4th rep. That's crazy. Yeah, definitely got to make sure taking care of yourself. On that one for sure. 94, 30 seconds to 50 seconds. This is the second game. After this game, whoa, wait a second. This could be a little bit scary. There's a check. Doesn't really do much. Wait, is e6 a move? It's there on the board. He's going to have to check. That could be game over if this works. I don't know. He might be able to get away with a perpetual. He says, I have no time. I'll take the draw. Wow! Woo! Crazy game. Philly. Jesse, thanks for the follow. Whoa! That was crazy. That could have went sideways for either player there. Great games, guys. That was 2 games. And we're going to bring on Alexis Collins right now. And we're going to ask her a few questions, too, as well. If you have anything you want to ask her. She's a Sage Extra expert there. So if you want to ask her anything, obviously let us know. Or let her know. I'm going to bring her in right now. Hello, Alexis. Hi.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We got you on Zoom. We're streaming too as well. So how are you?
Oh, doing well.
Awesome. Good to have you. You're the expert here on Sage Extra. So yes. That is awesome. Pretty sweet. So tell us a little bit about your involvement with the product and, of course, being the expert you are on Sage Extra. Let's hear it.
Sure. So I work for Stratum Nutrition. I'm a director with the company. My background is medical science and nutrition, and I just brought that into the dietary supplement space. So I started out making supplements, and that led me to going and searching for ingredients to be put into these supplements. So that's what I do for Stratum Nutrition. And one of the ingredients that we found was Sage Extra. So my role with the ingredient was that I had to evaluate the science behind Sage Extra to see if it was an ingredient that we felt was worthy of bringing into the dietary supplement industry based on the research behind it and the effects.
Awesome. And with Sage Extra, so how is it different from regular sage or sage tea?
Sure. So Sage Extra is a standardized sage extract. So it's a specific. So it's basically standardized to a specific amount of a very powerful antioxidant that has been shown to have really, really great effects in the brain, called rosmarinic acid. And it's also sourced from a single farm. So when it comes to herbal ingredients in your dietary supplements, or honestly, most ingredients that you're putting in your body, you want to make sure that they're standardized so that you know that you're going to be getting a consistent effect every time you're taking the ingredient. Because if I just gave you sage from anywhere, it might not really have the same amount of beneficial compounds as sage from this location or that location. And this was something that I actually found when researching this ingredient. So it's very important to have that sort of standardization, and if you can, traceable sourcing.
That is incredible. Does Sage Extra really help with memory and attention?
It does. We actually have a clinical study on this specific extract. There's 2 clinical studies on this specific extract that show that Sage Extra significantly boosts memory and attention within 1 hour of a single dose. And that's
Whoa.
significant versus placebo.
That's crazy. That is actually amazing. I'm looking at the back of my bottle right now, and I know we have 333 milligrams of it. So what is like the optimal dosage for that?
You got it. You got it. That's the optimal dose.
Okay.
So if you want to get that fast acting effect, the 333 milligrams is the research dose that is going to give you that within 1 hour boost in memory and attention. If you want to take a half dose, that would start kicking in around 2.5 hours.
And how does it actually work in the brain?
Sure. So I could throw out a lot of
big words and like
exactly.
yeah, okay.
Exactly. I think I was trying to research basically how this would pertain the most to the chess playing audience. So when you are playing chess, your brain is releasing a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine.
Yeah.
And this is the neurotransmitter that's giving you that deep, sustained focus, or what we like to call the flow state. And that obviously applies in various different situations, writing or deep work, but also chess playing. And so you really want your acetylcholine to flow. But your body also creates these scissors called acetylcholinesterase that basically snip the acetylcholine and make it unusable. So that's just your brain's normal balancing mechanism. But we want more and more acetylcholine to flow to keep us in that flow state. So the way that Sage Extra works is it's actually an acetylcholinesterase inhibitor. So it stops those scissors from cutting the acetylcholine so much. This isn't an all or nothing, nothing's that drastic in nature, but it gives you that little boost of less scissors, so more acetylcholine will continue to flow.
And for my caffeine users like myself too as well, I was a big caffeine guy, of course, before. Obviously, I'm lessening it as I use the product, but how does it compare with ingredients like caffeine?
Sure. So with caffeine, they're going to be working on different aspects of your nervous system. So caffeine actually works within your central nervous system. It does have a little bit of an acetylcholine boost, but it also works in the central nervous system, which is your epinephrine system. People might recognize that as your fight or flight. And that's why when you have these high amounts of caffeine, you might be getting some drawbacks, such as jitters or increased heart rate, because it's really a compound that we should be taking for anti-fatigue, not necessarily for that cool, calm, cognitive focus that we want. There's also some drawbacks with caffeine. I mean, you guys might have experienced these yourself, but we all know sleep disturbance. When you get up to 400 milligrams of caffeine a day, even if it's 12 hours before your bedtime, you are going to have impacted sleep. That's clinically proven. And the most popular energy drink out there has 300 milligrams in one can. So it's really easy to achieve that 400 milligrams within 12 hours before you go to bed. Anxiety and tension as well. So caffeine definitely increases anxiety when you're getting up to the 300 to 400 milligram levels. And again, these levels are easily achieved when we look at that 12-ounce typical black cup of coffee in the morning, American sized. That's 200 milligrams of caffeine right there, and you're probably having two. So
yeah.
You know, it's like, so it is, and it's an addictive substance as well. We definitely do build a caffeine dependency where the benefits start to decline, and then it will have both physical and mental drawbacks because of the different receptors that caffeine acts on. So that's why you're going to get withdrawal symptoms like headaches, irritability, fatigue.
Right.
Glad to say none of these drawbacks
are in the products. Okay, sounds great.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so last question for me, and then we'll see if Kaden or Ariane has any questions for you. It's sort of like a three-parter. Let's just break it up. Is Sage Extra natural or is it synthetic? And then the second one is, how is it made? And then the last one here is Sage Extra good for long-term brain health?
Okay. All right. So is it natural? Yes.
Okay.
So this is an ingredient that we have in a proprietary location. It's grown in the UK, and these people specialize, this family farm specializes in how to grow sage. So they know exactly how to grow it, when to harvest it, to make sure that we always have a wonderful standardized product. It's made in the very traditional way. It's called an ethanolic extraction, but that's the way that herbal compounds have been extracted for centuries, basically just using alcohol to take the beneficial compounds out of a plant, concentrate them, and then dry it. So that's the product that you're getting. You know, this product is still air dried the traditional way, so we're not putting a bunch of chemicals or anything nasty in here, and we're not putting in anything to enhance it. It's truly just a well-grown ingredient that we can make sure hits those optimal levels of antioxidants for the brain.
And the last one was about that brain health. Is it good for long-term brain health? And someone in the chat said, can you please ask her about ashwagandha? Is that something about ashwagandha there? So just for chat.
I'm an ashwagandha fan, but yeah, so for long-term brain health, for Sage Extra, yes. So we're definitely campaigning for this ingredient as a non-stim alternative for people looking for a quick cognitive boost when they don't want to have stimulants. But the other fantastic part about this ingredient is that on a cellular level, it does amazing things for brain health. So there is plenty of research out there on Sage Extra and the actual species of sage that we use to make Sage Extra, Salvia officinalis, if anybody wants to look it up. But there's fantastic benefits for brain health. I can't talk about any sort of disease states, obviously, but just you can go on out, the research is out there, and it does beautiful things for providing antioxidant boost to the brain cells and helping to decrease inflammation in the brain.
That's amazing. Love to hear it. It just makes me so hyped to take the product every time I take it. All right, Kaden. Hey, Ariane, do you have anything you want to ask before we let Alexis go?
Well, I mean, I think you asked the best kind of questions and answered all the ones that I was thinking, because I'm actually at a point. I've been trying to cut back on my caffeine for a long time. I've done a pretty good job of it. So that side of it definitely goes a long way for me.
Yeah, were you experiencing like some of the, the heightened like
struggle to sleep and
yeah, exactly. Like I get addicted to coffee very easily, so I'll just keep taking more and more and more until it's like, oh wait, this is not benefiting me at all. I'm going to be shaky and really not be able to pay attention and focus much. So you can definitely feel safe trying Sage Extra. You're not going to have that same buildup and addictive and withdrawal sort of cycle that you would see with caffeine.
Ariane, did you have anything? Awesome. Sounds good. Alexis, thank you so much for coming today. Do you want to say anything to the chat? We have people watching. We're streaming. So do you want to say anything to the chat before you go?
No, just thank you so much, everybody, for the opportunity, and for those listening. Definitely, find Sage Extra. We can answer your questions on the Stratum Nutrition website. If you want to email us, Mental Athlete, thank you so much for the opportunity and for formulating with our ingredient.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your time here, Alexis, and you have a great one. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much. See y'all later.
See ya. All right, Kaden and Ariane, you guys can continue the match where you left off here. Of course, obviously, flip colors. So you can either rematch or obviously send the challenge. And you guys have 2 games left in the match. Good luck. All right, chat. They back at it. They are back at it. We're back at it. So, with that being said, I mean, shoot, go ahead and get you some of that mental athlete. They're not playing out here, dog. As you see, who playing about what exactly? None of them boys. Not us around here. We really serious about our brain health. Get it for $25 right now using code $2525, spelling out dollars. At the checkout, get 66% off. It's a ridiculous price right now. Go get it. Sage Extra, there it is, exactly. Exactly. Looks like we got a London system here this time. From Caden. I know he likes a good London. That's good London. Here's been draw like though, you know, like just 2 draws to make it 1-1. Exactly. By the deals to an attacker. I was selling when I was younger. Nice, dude. Hey, man, sales is a great. I would listen to that. Who was that? Mark Cuban. Talking about sales. Just like a must-have type of skill. Did the internet really pass away? Yes, it is chaotically and late. It's all over the internet. Everywhere. It's not like that's a joke. It's literally everywhere. It was always fun spinning in your reels by the deals. So I remember that wait, don't, oh, that was a capture. I was trying to say C5. It was too late for that already. It's already super equal position. I like. I used to sell mainly to middle-aged housewives. What was the product? Was it actually spinning hard? Like what? Or was you using that as a reference, like a saying? Okay, B3, Rook AD1. The pawn structure is just slightly better. We will have 2 games here because it's the first to 2.5. They play 1, 2 games. So this is the 3rd game, and it's a draw. Draw first game, draw second game. The 3rd game here is what they're playing right now. So they will play 4th and final game. And if there's a win, well, it depends on what happens this game. It really depends on what happens. We did telecommunications, phones, and a few random products used to do events in shopping centers. Nice. That's good. You're working for companies. B2B, business to business, or B2C, business to consumer. Definitely was in that field myself as well. You did 90% B2C, a little bit of B2B, but got out of sales and I was progressing to that. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, sales was a lifelong skill that you can use forever. Rook A to C, Rook F to D, and Caden playing quickly too as well. Playing fast. It feels like a position he's played before. You can also see maybe knight A4 to C5. If knight D5, you do want to probably back up the bishop here. Queen B4. Are you comfortable with the end games? I just like Queen D3 exactly. Hit the F pawn. G6 should be an easy way to defend the pawn. Bishop H6 could be a little bit annoying, but we're not going to give this pawn for free. He says, I don't want to make any weaknesses. So he defends this way. I'll say exactly how to sell yourself, that's right. But also just how to talk to people and be social, you know, which is a skill in itself. 95. Nice move here, attacking F5 here. He's making some complications here, or at least trying to, making him think a little bit. G6 might be a move now. There it is. But now what's the follow-up from Caden? Knight takes, maybe D5 at some point. Knight C4 could be a little bit annoying. I'll just bring the queen back to D8 though. Nothing to worry about. He does. He goes for the knight C4 idea. Queen goes back to d8. Rook after d. Knight b6, maybe knight a5. Knight a5 is a little bit annoying. Queen d7. I could just go back. He does. He goes for knight a5. He went for this idea. It's annoying, but like I can just kind of parry it, which he does. Queen d7. You can just kind of parry the threat. So a very slow game. This means that there's a lot of play left. He's like, okay, let's play h3. One thing you do want to end up doing is move the bishop out of the way. Happening seems knight d5. Might back this bishop up to h2. If knight takes, queen takes. Yeah, this is the normal way. It's like, you know, back the bishop up somewhere. Maybe you go this way. He ends up taking though, not allowing a capture here. Quick moves. Bishop h6, very possible. Making the rook move away so we gain ourselves a tempo. And he might just go back with the knight to try to get another tempo. It's really not a tempo, but. Knight c4 to e5, but I mean, yeah, it's just equal game. Like these guys are just playing very equal chess here. Very equal stuff. Nothing really to do. White trying to find something. Black just parrying very nicely. That's a good move. Bishop d6 saying, hey, do you want to capture? And if you do, it's bishop versus knight. But okay, capture, capture, right? Capture, capture. f3, e4. You can try. Black pretty solid, even though having the damaged structure, but it doesn't really matter. There we go. They do say London endgames favor white, but it depends on the endgame. It's not everyone. Okay, it's really, oh, figure out, yeah, I already saw that. What's up, Han Yellow? What's going on, chat? Okay, queen goes over to f6. Very quiet game. Once again, you know, very strong players, both of them. The idea here is g5, though. Really strong move, super annoying. He might have to back this thing up. And he got himself another equal position where black might be having a slightly upper hand. Why do we say that? Is, yeah, the pawn structure, now, there's a weak pawn, so he goes e4 instead. I see what he's doing. Takes, rook takes. Wait, what about g5 immediately? Bishop takes. Lots of tactics there, very strong. And if takes, takes. Rook takes, takes. There's g5, but queen g4. Hits both. And if g5 immediately, then bishop takes g5, which is the idea of rook to g4, which pins. So the bishop gets out at the cost of ISO pawn, but black having no weaknesses now. Another equal game. says trade, bro. I mean, every game, just draw here. Every game. Great play by Arian, though. Playing very positional chess. Oh, wow. Wait, he just hung a piece. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Wow.
Bruh.
Oh, snap. Queen takes d5 is a whoa, shoot. That came out of nowhere. You can see the reaction from Arian there. He wasn't ready for the attack. I don't think anyone was. Like, everyone just like, okay, bro, another draw. These guys, like, every game so far has been very quiet. So you're not expecting just a bolt out of the blue like this. And there it is. He's just up a piece. Queen takes d5 wins on the spot. If pawn takes, it was going to be rook takes. So now he's just going to trade. It's going to be a resi and then a draw. Wow. That was a one mover and a resignation. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Last game. Last game. This is a must-win situation for Arian Gullah. Must-win situation. So this Grenfell is kind of fun. Knight takes g5 is a move too as well, where you can take and play e6 and then take that way and bishop g7, castle. Takes the pawn, queen takes, bishop g7, castle, c5. Ideas like this. Grenfell activity. Arian's gonna have to win. Maybe you play something like h4 just to throw it out there. And it doesn't develop though, so maybe knight f3, the more natural routes of doing things. There it is. Knight f3, develop your pieces. We can play h4, h5 a little bit later. Yeah, he wasn't ready for that tactic. Yeah, come on. How are you, man? What's going on? That was crazy tactic. Wow. Half a point away from clinching the match is Caden Trough here in the Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship, the Invitational, guys. Really strong event. Well, this is match, I think, what match is this? G? Match H. Wow. Look at that. This is matchup H. We've had a lot of other matches already, which we'll go through later to show you kind of how we got here. But we are here, and it is a must-win situation for Arian. Sometimes it's really tough to bounce back from a loss like that where it was unexpected. You're like, oh, I drop a piece, the whole thing. That was really tough. Caden was able to spot it. Now he's half a point away from clinching the match. First of 2.5 wins here. So we have a typical Grenfell play as we look at the last few moves. Bishop g7, c5, knight c6, takes, get castle. Usual stuff where you have the 2 versus 1 over here in this type of situation. Now you can see a bishop e6 maybe coming up. Bishop e6, bringing the rooks around. Rook e8, rook d8, rook c8, b6, a6, a5. Bishop f5, a little bit differently. Send me the money, says Arctic Bear. Rook c5, definitely a strong move. Super annoying. Wait, this is hanging though. A2 was actually hanging. He didn't want to take it. Arian in the think tank here. Down a little bit of time, but not too much. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Looking for some chances in a must-win situation game. He has to win to force an Armageddon where they will bid for time. But if Caden happens to win or draw the game, then the match is over. And then we'll have one match tomorrow, and then we go into quarterfinals after that. Rook to c5. I thought this move was really nice as well. I like this rook c5 move, but he is allowing queen takes. Curious to see what is he going to do on this move. I mean, this is just a pawn. And, it, you know, as provocative as the Grunfeld is, you know, I will take it. And then go queen a3. This is a queen b2 maybe too. No, queen b2 with his rook b5. So this is a Grunfeld move. It's just queen and going to a3. This whole maneuver that just happened is very Grunfeld-esque. Happens a lot. Now I have to pass a pawn in connection with the bishop here, which is locked up right now. We'll play e5. I like, you know, I'm not the Grunfeld guy all the time. When the Grunfeld works, it's great, but when it doesn't, like you're just, ugh, it's like, ugh. You just feel the pain of playing a Grunfeld sometimes from the black side. Then when it works, it's a great opening. When it works. Like the exchange variations of rook b1, those bore me to death. There's a nice c6 line that you can play in there, but then even then there's like some draw lines, and it's just hard to play. So h6 hits the knight, kicking the knight away. Maybe he goes back and wait. Does he sack? What do you think, chat? You think he gonna go for it, chat? I don't see good follow-up though. I really don't after taking. Yeah, I don't see good follow-up. If he could go like queen b3 or something, you know, is a trick. So then okay, knight f7, but he can't really do that. So knight f7, rook f7. I mean d5 that hangs the rook. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna go for it. That is me, by the way. Let me go back to the game and refresh that. That was an accident. I don't think he's gonna play knight f7. He's thinking too. He's really trying to get something to work over there, but maybe he'll go e4. No, but that makes d4 super weak. I think you just got to go back. What about g4? Takes, 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 takes. Oh, he might be trying that. No, he said, know what? I can't do nothing crazy. Go back home. Knight f3. Black still up the pawn. b6 hits the rook. Rook goes b5 or d5. Probably b5 because d5 look really weird when you're in there like that. Does provoke e6 and then bishop d6, which is a cool move, but the rook's still hanging here. Rook to b5, maybe some rook b3 ideas. Knight a5, a typical move. Wait a second, knight d4 in air. Bishop f7 though, rook takes. This is sort of like, you see this in the what variation is that? The lines with knight e2 and bishop c4. When you got bishop g4 happening, and then f3 and then knight, is it a5? Something like that. Bishop takes f7, takes and takes. Yeah, yeah. That whole line. Knight b4, hitting the bishop. Bishop probably needs to go back to e2 if we move it. I don't know. This looks scary for Arjan, I will say. There's a lot of piece activity, and black is up a pawn. This is scary for Arjan. The rook is really short on spaces too as well. Yeah, I don't know. This is scary for him, I think. Bishop d7 hits the rook. Bishop b3. Is this trapped? I don't know. Arjan might just be in trouble. I think he's just losing material. Bishop d7. And that rook has no good squares. Let's see what happens. Bishop d3 even. Well, bishop d3, he has rook b4. Let's see what happens. Yeah, bishop d3, rook b4. Bishop takes. Rook a4. So he would get out with that one. Bishop d7 though. Can't go here, 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 can't go here. Can't go here. You could go rook b4. Or you could go rook back to d5. And the think tank is Caden though. Maybe he's thinking of something a little bit greater. They say when you find a good move, look for a better one. So he could be looking for something greater here. Just some discoordination with this strange rook placement, right? Strange rook placement. He went for rook c3. A little bit better, he's saying. He's saying that the bishop is trapped. Whoa. Well, kinda. I guess bishop a4. And then he wants bishop d3 this way. I mean, they both worked, I guess. Rook c3. Bishop d7. It's just super annoying here. It's super annoying. There it is. Oh, bishop takes f5. I like it. I like it from Arian here. Well, that was a nice move. Well, at least if I'm going to give it up, let me damage your structure, he says. Yeah, bishop d7, I probably would have opted for that one myself because, you know, it's just annoying. It's annoying to have to try to defend now if I'm black here. Definitely like the choice from Arian there. Says, you know what, if I'm going to give it up for that bishop that damages the king-side structure. E6 will have to be a move at some point to block down this whole diagonal. But it's hard to move the queen without rook takes b3. Look at the pieces all in white's camp here. But I do, again, like the move chosen by Arian, which was trying to, you know, get into the game this way. What's up, Pop and TikTok? Absolutely. We all feel it, man. We all feel it there. 100%. In the meantime, guys, again, this is Mental Athlete, the Rapid Chess Championship, pushing the product, letting you guys know all about it, and the extras in the Sage Extra. No, the ingredients that are absolutely next level. In fact, here that has helped with focus for me, memory, recalling things, being more calm and precise in very high stressful moments, like strong chess games against strong players, and also trading in the financial markets that I consistently am profitable in. So it is important to have a mental edge, I think, and this definitely gives us that, especially as chess players. It's very good, especially when you read the science on it. Use my code $25, literally 25, and then spelling out dollars at the checkout, and it drops the price to $25. It's incredible, and it's only for this tournament. After the tournament, the price will go back up. So definitely get yours now. No caffeine, no crashes, just clean cognitive fuel, guys. mentalathlete.gg/Jim Canty. Here we go. This was a crazy sequence of moves, by the way. I see a fork on the board. Any reaction from Caden? I don't see anything. So knight d3 happens. He went bishop c2, takes. He said, boom, knight b1. And here we go. This is crazy right now. This is crazy. At 10 milligrams of creatine. You're right, dude. I mean, talk about a stack, bro. Like, bro, you talking about creatine and using this? Listen, I don't want to face that guy in any situation. Okay, e6 is really strong. And then d5, rook d8. But he takes. He just says, you know what? I could go for a draw. I mean, well, okay, I say draw because I was thinking about this pawn being captured too, but draw is not likely, I guess, because of this strong A pawn. Strong A pawn. Got some nice Grunfeld pressure. There it is. A pawn pushed. Rook d1, which hits the queen. Caden down a little bit of time. Ariana up some time, which is, you know, not a lot, but being up is better than being down on the clock. Queen to b4, hitting the queen again. Maybe queen c5. There it is, rook to c1, not the greatest move, maybe a rook c8 there, or even a4, pushing the pawn a little bit more. Rook is undefended here on c1. Bishop a4, rook b5, ideas and possibilities, rook to d8 with rook d4 type of play. b5 here might be annoying, might be a scary move. Maybe he's looking to sack though. He might say, you know what, go ahead, I need to win. I'm in a must-win situation. He plays, but bishop e6 can run into rook e8. He does get 2 pawns for it, maybe 3, but no, that's not enough. Especially with the rook coming over here and a pass pawn and a push. Rook takes b5, rook f5, right? There's a lot. I'm drawing a lot of arrows because we had just calculated a lot. But yeah, he pushed. Now we can push maybe b4 too. It is attacked. Pushing b4. Bishop takes, rook e8. b4 on the board here. Caden with the pawns doing quite well. Bishop c3 with rook d2 type ideas. Bishop c3 could be annoying. Rook d2. Rook f2. Bishop back to d4. Queen c6. I'm trying to push a4 while defending e6. a4 anyway. Yep, there it is. The pawns are just pushing. It's getting scary. It's getting scary. It looks like Caden will be moving on unless something happens. Full smooth. What's going on? Thanks for the follow. He goes back, b3. Will he sacrifice? Will he not? There it is, b3. Bishop d3 says, no sacrificing for me. Maybe queen to c3 hits the bishop again. Super annoying move, staying around the pawn, threatening a3 as well. It's played, hitting the bishop. Bishop has to move away. Yeah, this might be just a resignation. The pawn's just kind of a very clear plan. He got up some pawns, was able to walk him through. It looks like Caden is going to walk away with the win here. Rook d2 is the first move that you can play, forcing a queen f1 and then bishop over to d4. This one should do it with a resignation, and there it is. And there it is. Ariane goes down. Caden moves on of the ChessSharkz. Good games. Congratulations, Caden. You guys can talk chess if you like. If not, you guys are free to go. Thanks for playing today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us. As wait, can I ask how what did you think of the games?
Oh yeah, definitely. I thought the games were actually quite quiet in the beginning. I was very quiet, you know, like especially the first game was very symmetrical and like I was like, oh cool, nice, very good, very good. Ariane played extremely well up until Queen d7, which was just you know the one piece blunder there. And then the Grenfell game after that was he didn't get what he wanted out of this last Grenfell here in a must-win situation. So other than that, I think he played incredibly well. And it was nice to see, you know, some good chess from you guys. So I think overall it was a good match.
Well, just GG's, Aryan, and yeah, it's I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't the most excited to play chess today after yesterday's heartbreaking news, but
yeah.
I think overall it was good to be here. It was good to play some chess. So yeah, I look forward to continuing in this event. But yeah, I mean, they were just very solid games. Like I don't know, I wanted to attack, but I just never was convinced that the attacking worked. So I'm like, I'm just gonna like try not to flag, so play quickly and start with that.
Yeah, well, good stuff from both of you guys. I think you played well, both of you. And it was great to have you. Make sure you guys try the product. Let us know how you like it too as well, Ariane, especially when you get yours too as well. So you guys are free to go. Caden, we'll see you later in the tournament.
Thank you.
Have a good one, guys. All right, guys. Yeah, round is over. Match today is over. Caden with the dub. Caden goes through to the quarterfinals. Let's take a look at how we got here. Before we do, guys, remember this is the 100% Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship, the Invitational. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's so crazy. Of course, yeah. We all think it was a very crazy thing to happen yesterday as a rock the chess world. But at the end of the day, one thing that we can say though is Dan Naroditsky would want us to keep pushing and keep being positive and keep putting love into the world as you should, and love one another and love thy neighbor as the good book says. So I think it's important to follow that and honor that. And here at the Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship, guys, you know, today's match is over. Caden moves on. We're going to look at the quarterfinals in a minute. Of course, we have to talk about the product itself. That's why we're here today with this entire event. Huge event here. Lots of great players here. Good to have all of you watching too as well. Use the code in chat. Click the link to read the science on it and the science behind the products and the science behind what's in the products that make it so nice, that make it so next level and an edge up on your opponent and anything that you're trying to do and focus on, with the Sage Extra in there with the boost, the memory and the recall and etc. and things like that. Obviously having the cognizant and then having the L-theanine, these very natural products that are very nice for your brain and gives you a brain boost. And you can now get it for $25 using the code $25, literally 25, and spelling out the word dollars at the discount or at the code at the end when you check out. You'll be able to use it and get it for $25, a huge 66% discount through the entirety of the tournament. So if you're watching from YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe on YouTube, and of course use the link in chat as I'm going to put it there for you. So congratulations to Caden today. Let's move on to see what, how, where, and all that other stuff. Here we go. Boom. Here's the bracket. Round of 16. Quarterfinals is almost set. We got one more match, and then we got quarterfinals. So semifinals is after, and then the final. Match A, here we go. Luke Hoffman versus Benjamin Bach. Benjamin Bach was able to win that matchup. And then Lucius Malillo versus Alexander Linderman. Linderman won his match. After that, William Gray versus Eric Liu. Eric Liu was able to win his match. And then we have Li Fong versus James Sherloff. James won his match. Here we go. Kieran Nasta versus Jesse Cry. Jesse actually went down to Kieran Nasta there. Was a strong national master there. Underrated, but he got the best there and was able to move on to the quarterfinals. Today, Michael Rode versus Alice Lee. Alice Lee was able to win, and she's winning in the Women's U.S. Championship too as well, just winning everything. Then the last match we saw today was Arjan Gudla versus Caden Trough. Caden Trough was able to take the dub and move on to the quarterfinals. Last matchup will be tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Narayan Fintakesh versus a friend of mine, FIDE Master Dalton Perrine. That's going to be 5 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Make sure you're there for that. We'll be right here on my channel too as well. Guys, make sure you have peace and love, and take care of yourself and take care of people around you, and make sure you love one another. Hugs all. Make sure you keep up the great energy, guys. Definitely happy to be here with you guys as usual. So we'll be back tomorrow with the same type of energy, and of course remember, get you some mental athletes, sharpen your mind, stop playing around with them. Use the link in chat, or if you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description. I'll see you guys on the next one.